Yo, what's up? Good morning, good evening, and everything between. So we're gonna continue with the blob shapes today. Currently we're experimenting with... So the blob shape is decided by an animation curve. This animation curve, for instance, gives this shape of the blobs. So like originally by default the blobs are spheres, but then we changed the shape of them along their height based on an animation curve, pretty much. What's up, bro? And the thing is, like, we want to be able to randomize this curve, right? Because we want every blob should have a different visual profile. I love the idea of uniqueness, and color alone doesn't cut it for me. So I pretty much want to randomize this curve per blob, but we don't want to go totally crazy. Like, if we don't set any rules at all, pretty much all of the blobs are going to look like total shit. They're probably going to be more than one part as well. So instead, what I want to converge towards is like a nice way to randomize animation curves given a set of rules, and that's what we're doing right now. So yesterday was a lot of getting to know how the curves work. And curves are defined by keyframes, and keyframes are defined by time value, a value, a in-tangent float, in-weight float, out-tangent float, and out-weight. And that doesn't really do it for us, or for me. So what we did instead is we define keyframes as 3 points. So 1 point, which is time on X, value on Y, and then the second point is the in-tangent. So we pretty much describe this point. Where is this point located, right? Is it this one or play curve? Yeah, we define where this point is. And now when we have redefined this system, given these rules, I think it will be a little bit easier to randomize. But also, I'm not entirely sure we're done here just yet. Maybe we are. We'll see. So that's what we're going to start with today. I just wanted to go through what we did yesterday, and before we begin, bro, sup, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thank you for asking. How about you? And Code Cube got a new phone yesterday after still having the iPhone 8 until now. Nearly 10 years. I'm broken in an advanced way. Honestly, I'm also like, I don't buy new phones very often at all. Almost never. I think I have an iPhone 13 or something like that right now. I don't really see the point in buying new phones these days, actually. Like, I don't do that advanced stuff on the phones, so I don't need the newest hardware. I think the camera is fine enough on a 12. Like, yeah, it's very much the same. But okay, let's see here. So the idea with Animation Curve Tester is that we manually define a curve here. So I changed it a little bit, but we're gonna put this one here and this one here, and then we have this one is going to be here and this one is going to be here. This is the curve we want to mimic, which means that point, this one is 0, 0, no in tangent, and out is 0.05, 0, 1. And then we have this one, 0.5, 0.3, 0.7. Okay. So this one should have the same, and it looks like it is. I want to try a little bit more. So what if we do... Is this the play curve? Yeah. Let's take this one and we bring it down to here. And we set this one here. And... where can we set this one? Let's set... Actually... Yeah, and then we set this one here. Let's see if we can mimic this curve. These are still the same, it's just the middle point we changed. We changed the middle point to be 0.5, 0.4, right? 0.5, 0.4. And then we have this one goes, this one is at, what is it? Is it 0.3 and 0.5? That's the in tangent. So 0.3, 0.5. And the out one is at 0.6 and also 0.5. So 0.6, 0.5, 5. Are these curves the same? I think so. Yes. Okay, great. Bro, are you on Mac, Win, or Linux? Right now I'm on Windows 10. Probably gonna move to Linux soon. I'm just a little bit afraid still that most of the software I use or that some of the software I use aren't available for Linux, but we'll see. And if it's available, it might not be as good, unfortunately. But we will see. And yeah, please let me know if the stream quality gets lower or if it's laggy, because I'm testing some new settings today. Still want to have a good stream, you know. But okay, so now we can do it like this instead. So if we jump to this one, so what I'm getting at here is that bro, stream is good, thank you, appreciate it. And I'm also new to Linux, so I also can't tell much. I used to have Linux on one of my computers many years ago, and I remember back then gaming was also a pain in the ass. But okay, so when we randomize the shape of our blobs initially, we're just going to do it by 3 points. Eventually we might add a few points, but we're going to have a start point, an end point, and a middle point. And I think for this one, we're not gonna randomize the position or the value. Same for this one. Like time and value is gonna be 0, 0 for this one and 0 or 1, 0 for this one. But then we're gonna randomize this point for this one. We're gonna have between this. Honestly, for this one, we might just randomize it as this is the bottom of the blob. I think we're just gonna randomize this one upwards, you know. I think. Yeah. Okay, so for this point, we're just gonna randomize this one like this. Ooh, we have one thing we need to take care of here as well, I think. We'll see. But we're gonna randomize this one like this. For this one, we're gonna randomize it like this. We're gonna rotate it, but we're also gonna randomize it like this, I think. So we're gonna have everything between this as our blob. And for this one, we're gonna randomize where it's located. I think. Yeah, what's up, Jax? We're gonna randomize where it is like this. And then we're gonna randomize where this one is. And where this one is. We definitely... Okay, it's very important that this point is always greater than this point, and this point should always be smaller than this point. So we're gonna have to add that rule for our randomization as well. I think it's going to be fun when we have this done. It's going to be very nice. But let's see then. Animation curve tester. Yeah, let's test with this one. See if we can get some randomization in place. Animation curve generator. Jax, will you push a tutorial for this glass material? Hell yeah. Yes, I'm currently like in the process of speeding up my video game. I'm trying to get more videos out there, initially just shorts, but also working on long form. I can't say when the glass material is when I'm gonna release like a tutorial or in-depth video about it, but I can say that it's like I'm it's gonna happen. Yes. Okay, so we pretty much just want to randomize. Let's see here. Don't I have range vector? Okay, I think we're gonna test it like this. Serialize field. Private. Let's do it like... Yeah, let's do it like this. Range vector p1 yo sub Samsonite p1 something like this. Okay. And then we do... Let's add a constructor here. That, and on validate here, I wanna do... Okay, we're just gonna randomize 3 points and then add setup. Yeah. Something like this, but not really. P1 range dot get random gives us a vector 3, but we're looking at vector 2 here. Private. Yeah, we just do random. Can you do we have a constructor for vector 3? That would be amazing, but I don't think so. Okay, unfortunate. I don't want to do that, no, but we're gonna do Yo, what's up, Derek? Okay, something like that, and then we have these 3, and then we do setup is equal to new test, and that should be it. So every time we change something here, we should get a new random curve generated. That's what I hope. And we're talking about curve, this curve. Hell yeah. Okay. Where the hell do we begin? Let's see here. Let's start with this one. So P1 range is going to be 0, 0 for X, and it's going to be 0, 0 for Y. It's the same for P3 range, 0, 0, or actually it's going to be X is going to be 1, 1. I thought, so we have this point. Okay, yeah, this is something we need to fix eventually as well. But okay, the points are in the correct position. And let's add... Yeah, let's see if we can just make this one... P1 in tangent is going to be 0, 0. Out is going to be... Let's do... 0.1, 0.1. And 0.1, 0.1. That's the out tangent, right? And then we do in tangent for P3 to be 0.9, 0.9, and 0.1, 0.1. And then for the middle point, we do P2, we do 0.5, 0.5, and it's going to have a value of 1. In tangent is going to be 0.4, 0.4, 1, 1. And out tangent is going to be 0.6, 0.6, 1, 1. So now we have a curve like this. We have no randomization. We have just built this curve. With some default values. I'm gonna do a little bit of a hack here as well. I'm gonna add a serialize field bool test. So every time I unclick and or toggle this one or untoggle it, we're gonna change the curve. When we have start, like we need to set up, we need to change the setup in such a way that it's actually randomized as well, or possible to get some randomization going. So we're gonna start with, yeah, let's start by randomizing these. So let's make it between 0 and 0.4, or between 0.1 and 0.4. So P2 in tangent 0.2, 0.4. So we can see here now that right now it's like this, and then we toggle this one and we can see that it's changed, and we can see that it changes a little bit here. So we do get some randomization. That's good. Let's do the same for the other one. So P2 out tangent, let's go 0.6, 0.9 maybe. And then we can see here that the curve is starting to randomize, right? I wish I could have it open like this when we randomize it, but this works. Okay. And I mean, we can do the same. Let's do the same for this one as well. Here I want to randomize. We want to go... we can randomize it like this. Okay, as for this one, I want to randomize it. It should be pointing straight up. We're going to have a very low X value for it. Let's see here. X out tangent. It's going to be between 0.01, 0, 0. So now we have something like this, right? You see, it's randomized. Very good. But we're gonna make it a little bit more tuned towards pointing straight up. So now we're almost always gonna have a straight up on this one. I want it to be a little bit longer as well, so we're gonna randomize the Y position. It's gonna be between 0.3 and 0.6 maybe. So Y 0.3, 0.6. So now we have something like this. 0.6 might be a little bit too small, maybe. And let's make it up to 0.8. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We want to randomize this one as well. I want to make it be between, I guess here, so between this point. So if we, it all depends on how, like if we click uniform or keep ratio here. So we can either randomize it from this point. If we set this as lower bound and this as upper bound, then any point within this one can be our result. If we choose ratio, I think it is, then we have a straight line between minimum. And uniform, I think, is just the same value for all of them. Yes, then we just randomize based on X. So we're probably not going to use that one, but keep ratio, maybe. We'll see. But as for the random value here, I'm thinking somewhere between... Does it look here? Yeah, somewhere between 0.8, 0.1. Let's do... Where do we have it? P3 in tangent. I want to go between 0.8 and 0.8, 0.9999. And as for the values, I'm thinking we can get some very ugly blobs here as well, I think. For the value, I'm thinking between 0.1 and 0.3 for the top. Maybe that's a bit boring. What did I say? 0.1 and 0.3. So now we have some random like this. Let's see here. I'm a little bit scared, honestly, some of these blobs, that they can become extremely ugly. Wonder if I want to have it more bottom heavy, but we'll see. We want to randomize these as well. More, or I want to randomize the position of this one, and this is where we are going to run into our first problem of the day, I guess. Because now we want to randomize, randomize 3 values, but we want them to, there's a relation between them. This one and this one, like this one can never be bigger than this one, and this one can never be smaller than this one. On the x-axis, very important, x-axis. So, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward problem, but I want to implement it in such a way that it makes sense in this code base, that it's clean and reusable. And we're mostly going to use it, I guess we're going to use it with the graph toolkit. Okay, so the first question is, I think, how exactly should it be solved? Should we do like a brute force approach, where we just randomize it until it's smaller than this one? Or do we want to randomize it based on that previous value? Maybe we're gonna have, like, I guess the best option would be to add an additional node. So here we have, or just add input handling. So we could say randomize this value between this, or between 0.1 and this value. So that would be, we have an input here, but I don't think our node or our node implementation works with input that can be either another node or just a straight up value. And I'm not sure I'm ready to implement that today. But I'm gonna have to make a decision. Or, okay, initially we could actually test this with, okay, yeah, let's set some limits on ourselves and test it without this. So what I mean is we randomize this point between 0.4 and 0.6 and this point between 0.35. We make sure that it can never happen. And like, I'm just gonna have to think about this one a little bit longer. We're probably gonna do this today, and I think I think we're gonna make it handle some input here. think that's the best option. Yeah. Okay, but before we do that, I want to get the randomization in place. So what I'm getting at is, for this one we randomize, let's see here, P2 range 0.5, we do 0.4, 0.6, 1, 1, and then P2 in tangent we do minimum 0.1 and 0.35. And for this one we do 0.65, 0.8 maybe. So now we have, like, this is a beautiful shape for a blob, I think. This one not as nice. Definitely not this one. This one is shit. But you see, we get a lot of different shapes, but I want to see like how they look as blobs. This one beautiful. So we're gonna do, we're gonna jump back to this animation. Name it animation curve generator editor node. And this one we had a little bit of a bad implementation here initially, I think. This is better. So animation curve, number of keyframes, number of middle keyframes. Yes. And then we're not gonna have this, but we're gonna have in tangent and out tangent. And we're gonna have let's just keep it like this. Add keyframe input, context, post, fix. Yes, so instead we're just gonna have 3 points here, and they are gonna be, fuck, we just want animation curve keyframe setup. That's true. So we actually just want this, don't we? Let's try this and see if we have any errors. Yes. And then we add subscafer. Animation curve generator editor node. Okay, this is much better. Schaefer, how's your curve node doing? Way better than yesterday, at least. Thanks for asking. My only problem here, key animation curve, keyframe constant. Yeah, I would like I want to be able to set these values here. Why? System serializable, serialize field. Okay, I'm a little bit worried about serialize field here. But it could also be that it's a class. Would we have a better... Would it look better if we have still keyframe? Okay, it might be a problem with having like a struct of structs. It's gonna look a little bit weird here, but maybe we should just create a animation curve keyframe generator. Yeah, I think. Hell yeah. Maybe. Or for now, we might just do maybe. Let's see here. We just define them as, so which I thought to do initially, something like this. And then we do intangent. And we change these to vector 2. It's gonna look a little bit messy, not as messy as previously, but that I think that's okay. We can rename it a bit later on as well. But the idea is that we should be able to do something like this. And then we want to be able to, so keyframe start should be 0, 0. Keyframe end should be 1, 0. Out tangent end 0, 0. In tangent start 0, 0. And then we randomize the rest. And if we choose to have the same setup as we have here, it should be, so P1 out tangent, it's this one. We do 0.01, 1, 0.3, 0.8. Good morning, PG King. P2 range 0.4, 0.611. We don't want to keep ratio on any of these. We're gonna make them cashless. Let's see here. In tangent 1, 0.1, 311. One sec, did I fuck up? Yes, I... Or did I? P3... No, I didn't. Okay, great. I think we get an... I thought we would be getting an error here, but maybe not. Okay, so we have 2 problems before we can actually try this one. To minimize one of these errors, I'm going to do this. And we're going to duplicate this one, and we're going to do 0, 0, 0, 0. And we're going to set that one here, here, and here. And we'll duplicate it, and we're going to make this one into 1, 1, 0, 0. And we're going to put this one here. Okay, so now we don't have... So now we removed one of the problems, and that problem is that our graphs do not support... Like, a node has to have node inputs or straight value inputs. We don't support varying right now with implementation. We're going to fix that eventually. But now we have node inputs for all of these, so that's good. This one is not going to be cashless, neither is this one, but this one is. So cashless just means that when we calculate the output of this node, do we recalculate the output value every time this node gets called or not? Cashless means that we do. And then the idea is that we take these animation curve nodes here and input here. And this one should be cashless because we want different nodes every time. But you know what? We're just going to call this one once, actually. It doesn't matter. But what we need to do now is we need to implement a runtime version of this one, animation curve generator editor node. The editor version is pretty damn simple. Do we have animation curve generator editor node? No, we do not. So let's see here. Yo, what's up, Antonino? How is it going? It's going pretty damn good, I think. No big problems yet. How about you? How are you doing this fine? What is it, Tuesday? Tuesday morning. Generators. Okay. I'm just gonna duplicate this one, I think. And rename it animation curve generator runtime node. Yet, yeah, I reckon we're gonna run into one real soon. Okay, there we go. We're gonna remove abstract for now. One sec. No, we're not. Or yes, we are. Quick fix. There we go. Oh, never mind. Okay, there we go. But we're gonna change it quite a lot. Antonin's going well, I think. I have to finish the company project before April. I'm cooked, and I have to graduate in 2 months. You can do it, man. You can do it. I still have to do my thesis as well. That it sounds like a lot, definitely. I wish you good luck, man. I'm a little bit worried about the output count here, but I think... Okay, we're gonna do this. Subdivision, no. We're gonna have int number of key frames. That's one of the things we're gonna have here. Number of keyframes cacheless. Anything else? And we can start with this. Input count then. Output count is just one, but input count is gonna be number of keyframes times, actually more, 3 times this one. And then can output type of animation curve. Why is my ID so slow? Is compatible with connection, not implement. Is compatible with connection, can output. Can output is compatible with connection. I want to have this one first. Yeah, we just need to do this. We don't care about input index here, do we? I think we can just do return connection can output vector 2. What do we have? And then we have generate output as well. Okay, so generate output is gonna be interesting to say the least. All of the generate input kind of looks the same for all of these. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do, so this is the input we want to get, and we're gonna have keyframe, animation curve keyframe setup, keyframe setups. It's equal to new number of keyframes, not +2, but just number of keyframes. And then we do for something like this. Yes, let's see. Try get input ref point input index cache. Looks about right. And then when we have all of those, we do animation curve keyframe setup. Beautiful. So we fix all of these. Mesh filter. That's not exactly how we want to do it. So right now we have all of these points, don't we? Yeah, then we pretty much want to do this, I think. But I would like to do it in here. Animation curve generator setup. So we are gonna do like this. And here we're gonna have generator something. Public generate curve. It should be exactly like this. So keys is equal to keyframes length. Yeah, we do the exact same thing as up here. Keyframes 1. Yes. Curve set keys return. Yes, this is pretty much it, but I just want to name it generate. Animation curve generator dot generate. Value is equal to curve cache set this output index value and then return true. Okay, beautiful. I think this is our animation curve generator runtime node. I hope it works. I guess there's nothing else but to test this, or one thing. Animation curve generator editor node. We need to turn new. We need to get the cashless option as well. Okay. Yeah, let's see what we get. So I'm going to start by setting this one as input here. And then we're going to have to edit this one as well. Dynamic Mesh Generator Editor node. Dynamic Mesh Generator Editor node. With the curve here. Yeah, we don't want to send this one in. Yeah, this one is interesting. Let's see. Dynamic Mesh Generator. Runtime node. Generate output. Dynamic UV Sphere Mesh Generator Runtime node. Create UV Sphere. We want to test, let's see here. Animation curve. Secret. Fuck, is this input index 2? I'm not sure. I think so. Or is it? Let's see. Where do we have it? Export. There we have it. Yeah, the problem is that I add input index. I is decided by input port count. I think we just need to have animation curve first. Yeah, let's try it. But I still want to have an option here. So curve, if this one fails, we're not going to return false. I think we're just going to do try get input. Come on. No. Do if curve is not equal to null. Oops. Then we do this, else we do something else. Okay. Oh yeah, of course. That should be it. Let's see if we have any compiler errors or runtime errors or export errors. So first, let's save this one, and we get an error. Index was outside the bounds. That sucks. Because of this, I reckon. Or yeah, I want to see what happens if we do this, and then we do base dot isn't it like this? Because I'm afraid that this one is called before this. Which means that this one is 0. Mm-hmm. Is this before? Is this before? No, it is generation runtime node. Oh yeah. 2, 2. Yes, of course. Of course. We also have the, let's see here, animation. Dynamic mesh generator runtime node. Input count 3. There we go. Okay, still an issue. Is it the same? 2, 2. Still 2. I'm just gonna hope that we didn't get a recompile before I tested it again. There we go, and save. Fuck. Okay. But here we actually have input 2 of node. Then we have, so this is the index. So we actually have a length 3, so why don't we... What? So what's the problem? We have input index 0 and input count 3. Index was outside. Didn't we even instantiate this one, or what's the problem? Error. Fuck. You know what? We have 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3. That works, but then I think we have... What's the issue we have here? Makes me wonder if we have a problem with this one here. But still, an index of 0. Come on. Yo, what's up, Kevin Wright? This is what boggles my mind. Setting up input 2 of node to output 0. It makes me think that this one is the fucked up one. think we have a problem here. It's one big node. It's gonna get bigger. Input count, input count, input count. I want to try, let's just set animation curve. I want to see if this is the cost of it. Animation curve generator and input count. Where's it? 9. Let's just add 9 here. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. I'm pretty sure I know what the problem is. Let's go back here. Number of keyframes. If we go to animation curve generator editor node and number of keyframes, that's like the number of intermediate keyframes. So excluding start and end. So let's do +2 here. And then hopefully it should be okay. But then we have the problem I thought 0, 9 index was out. Yeah, so look at this. It doesn't work if we have a dynamic like this, but if we just do 9 here, I think it's okay. So that means that we instantiate the array with the wrong size, right? Because this works. So we should have, if we have an animation curve somewhere here, animation curve generator runtime node, this one actually has 9 inputs. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the problem is that this one is called before this one. I don't know if we can delay it. Or if there is a way around this without refactoring. I mean, we could probably do... Okay, I really want to solve this, but I need to run and make myself a new cup of coffee before I do. So I'm gonna take a short break here, a couple of minutes, and then we will solve it. So be right back. Okay, back. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can solve this. So, I'm probably gonna want to have like different nodes with a dynamic number of inputs. Like this one. So, instantiating, where do we have it? Generation runtime node. Instantiating this inputs here doesn't seem to be the way to do it. Cashless is okay, so I guess we can just do... Can we do it? I want to avoid needing to call a method from every single subclass. Definitely. I'm not entirely sure. I'm probably gonna have to do separate method, maybe, that we call. Cashless is okay, but this one... is start node. There's so many runtime nodes we're gonna have to call here. In each of these we're gonna have to call... I guess we're gonna have a separate method for instantiating inputs here. Feels a little bit rough. Or if... guess we could recreate it here, but that's weird. Or a constructor with a dynamic number here. Maybe that's the best option, actually. So you do something like... but we name it... we do number of keyframes like this, but here we also send in this one. It's a little bit of a dirty solution for now. If it even works, let's double check it. Let's call it a temporary solution. Okay, we save, no errors, and fucking hell, then I think we can run this one. Let's test it. And we do... I think we currently do 10 blobs, yes. No errors, but I also see some fucked up blobs here. We get random shapes, but they do... like, this is... this is not a good random here. But happy that it works. Definitely. Yeah, so this is what I anticipated if we would have done like totally random shapes. Okay. So now to the question, why? Because I thought that we had keyframe starts should all be 0, 0, 0. Random editor node. And then we have if vector 2, min vector 2, max vector 2. Like even is your animation curve a Hermit or Bezier? I don't know. We're using Unity animation curves. Did I screw up? Oh, no. Zero 0.1, 0.35, 1. One sec. Random editor node. Oh, do we do it like this here? I think that explains it. So this is actually XY. Okay, I get it. Kevin, I prefer to use Hermite curves for real time. Unity's animation curve is also a set of Hermite curves. If you don't have weights. Yeah, we're doing with weights currently. I don't think we can get the correct shapes I want without. Okay, so let's just go through these and change. This one should be... .3, okay, like this. 0.6, 1. 1. 1. Oh yeah, then we have 1, 1, 1. 0, 0, 0. Okay, now I think it should be okay. Okay, now I think we have some better shapes. We have some varying shapes for our blobs. I see a lot of similar, like, pointy tops. Maybe we would like to change that eventually. But I mean... would like to have more smooth tops as well. And I think I want to make most of them a little bit more bottom heavy. But I mean, we can play around with this quite a lot. Let's do creature spawner. Let's go with 50. Yeah, almost all of them get this pointy end, so I reckon we need to fix that. It's not that big of a variation currently. This one maybe. There we have it. Definitely want to make them more bottom heavy, I think. Like, this is probably the worst case you can get. That's a pretty ugly... Yeah, I think I want to add more relationship between the keyframes. So if this keyframe has a value of this, then this keyframe must have a value of this, and so on. I don't know. Okay, this one definitely want to make it more bottom heavy. So instead of having it between, what do we have? P1 out between 0.3 and 0.8, we're probably going to go 0.8 and 1.2 maybe. Is that a bit too aggressive? So if we have it like this instead, then we can get something like this, but I guess that's okay. Maybe we even want to go even a bit more crazy. You know what? I think this one... Yeah, we're gonna do... Yeah. So we changed this one from 0.8 to 1.2, and the top one, I want to change it to... Y min, Y max. Y max 1, 1, I think. So we changed this one. Yeah, we can get something like this. I think that's better. So here that would be, we check out tangent start, this one, we change it to 0.8, 1.2, and in tangent end we change it to 0.11. Okay, let's try this instead. PG King, the blobs are coming along swimmingly. Hell yeah, they are. I would love to add some soft body to it eventually. Okay, this is a little bit better. Now we get some more fun shapes, but I think we're gonna have to introduce... Oh, look at this one. Very nice. Give if... So this one, if this is the bottom, and this is the top, then this is definitely one shape I would like to breed, or try to breed more. I think it looks amazing. Some of these are shit, but that's okay. We're gonna have some ugly creatures in this game as well. Do we have any other shapes I like a lot? We have a lot of this one. Probably this one is pretty damn nice as well, isn't it? We have, okay, that's just a shadow artifact. Yeah, this one is pretty nice as well. I think I would use this one as well. Okay, but it's very nice with varying shapes. Although I wonder that this one is pretty nice as well. Okay, so with the current setup, we can't really get any blobs that are extremely weird. So maybe we are a bit too conservative. I mean... This one is nice, I think. Almost a... I think I want to go a little bit more crazy, actually. Not entirely sure how, though. Like a shape like this, I'm not entirely sure I want blobs to be able to look like this. This one, perfect. Pretty good. Like, I don't like this. So this happens when we have a high weight on the initial node and a low weight on the intangent. I like this look as well. Like this one right here and this one right here. That's like my favorite shapes, I think. We can get. This one is beautiful. With some soft body physics on this one as well, it would be very nice. This one. Well, most of them look okay, I guess. Okay, but like I'm gonna have to sit down. I'm gonna have to sit down and like draw different shapes I would allow, and then we will try to create them with curves or something like that. I wonder if we could also... Yeah, I think we could create some relationship between these as well. But also then again, is this how I want to define... Is this clear enough? Is this a good enough definition? Like, it feels pretty hard to do minor adjustments to the shapes and stuff like this with this approach. That's a pretty cool shape. I mean, a lot of these are pretty great. But I think we're gonna have to do eyes as well. Oh my god, this one is pretty much perfect, I would say. And then I wonder, like, how would we do... How would we do with the breeding? Like, when we implement the breeding system later on, we're probably gonna go through every random editor node, every random node in the creature setup is going to be replaced by another node which just interpolates a value between the parents, I think. So instead of randomizing these, we actually interpolate from the parents. I think that's the easiest way to do it. So you always get a mix between parents. I don't know. but I guess with some small overflow, because I reckon you do want to make the kid be able to be a little bit smaller than the smallest parent or a little bit bigger than the biggest parent, I guess. But okay. I'm okay with these random values for now. We're gonna have to do two things with them though, as I mentioned. One of them is to... Oh yeah, let's see here. I want to be able to send in both regular values and nodes here. We're gonna have to fix that in some way. I don't know how constants work. Let's see here. This one is done. So implement or make creature node. What are they called? Random editor node. Yeah, creature nodes be able to work with both node input as well as static input. Implement or experiment with soft body. Guess it's soft body node. And then I also want to create eye shader. Something like this. Maybe that we can jump or skip this one if it takes too long for now. But that's what we're gonna do for the rest of today. Let's see. So I guess we have two options, or do we? Okay, we're gonna have to identify when we... Yeah, we're gonna have to identify when we convert this one to a runtime node, we check, do we have a connection here? If we do, continue as we have always done. If we don't, create a static runtime node with this value or something like that. Yeah, I think we're going to create a we're going to create a static node value, I think. But is that... do we have a better option? Random editor node. Get input port by name, try get value. Escape for man, random generation is a thing that is fun and not very complicated in the beginning, but then you need more and more rules and it becomes a very complex system that can explode anytime you put a wrong parameter. I have a generator which builds rooms. Now I need to determine where a room starts and where it ends, what module it consists of to restrict them and so on. Yeah, it quickly grows into like this complex, worst case scenario black box. You have no way of looking inside, but yeah, it's extremely fun, procedural generation. So yes, when we create... Yeah, so it's pretty much here I would like to check. Or is it here? No. We could make it so that we check it here and replace it. But I don't think I want it that way. When you fall down for a second, you could get up. That's the only way you reach to the ceiling. Wouldn't it be better to have... Seasons keep changing like trends. Where do we have exporter? When you drop it from like 4 stories, order me again. Seem like the world is a game, I never win. The feeling is depression that I start to attend. My mind in the motive that I'm molding again to any character, holding the heritage of aquarium. Hurry up, don't you hear sirens up in your area? There he go, born to the violence, he think hilarious. Marry us, cause they want red and ring stop. They only want half like they harvesting crops. Half of the culture, half of the dialect, half of the neighborhood, as long as it's paying good. Half of the finances, they even want half of the modern day dances. They don't want the melanin, I hope that they settle in. Fall down for a second, never get up. Concussion is the reason that you bled up. Your bruise looks blacker than the pale. Like, I'm wondering if... I wonder why the seasons always affect my mood. I'm gloomy in the winter, quite happy in the spring. I'm witty in the summer, like it's only time to sing. Yeah, I guess this is the problem. Hoodie weather, school's starting, I need to do better. Improving everything, the possibility of life. I knew it was true from the moment I picked it. I'm rooted in. We have solved this here. The senses that fell in the forest fawning, haunted fences, you never did rise rolling, far from the ocean, the hope and the tide ticking, telling a story that is open inside, soaking deep in your hope till your rope to abide. Because basically what we do here is we take every node we have defined and then we convert them to runtime nodes. So now we have a dictionary of editor node being the key, runtime node being the value. And then we fetch these here. If output index is greater or zero, equal to 0,
every time I look behind, I find a reason that I can't run.
Like it's here. What I want to do here is
when you fall down for a second, you can get up. That's the only way you reach to the ceiling.
like I want to have a similar. I guess it's connection we want to have. So I want to create a connection that doesn't have a node here, but rather a value. Yes. Scafer, it sounds pretty interesting just by the small bits you have mentioned. Mostly, I guess, because I did, like a few years ago, I did something similar. I did like a procedurally generated castle, whatever it was, or dungeon, maybe, and procedurally placed furniture-alike stuff. Okay, so I wonder if the best approach here is to create to go with the connection solution. So when we try and set up the runtime of this one, we take this one and we see, oh, this one doesn't lead to a node, instead we have a value here. So then we create a static value connection, which we add here. I think that's, and then, so we split connection into multiple, we have a base class connection, and then we have node connection, and then we have value connection, pretty much. Node connection gets the output from the node it's connected to. Value just outputs whatever it is. Yeah, let's try it. Although I am... Generation runtime, no. I'm just gonna commit this first, actually. What do we have? Generate runtime node. The thing I changed here was to, for some reason my git gutter notifications doesn't work, but I added this one here, dynamic input count. It's a little bit of a temporary solution, but let's add that one. Do I have an issue? Because, and then we're probably gonna make connection, we're gonna put connection in its own file. Yeah, we are. Okay, I thought I had a task for this one. Extend the creature generation graph system. Yes, there we have it. Add support for dynamic number of inputs. Add support for varying input types. Node input and static value input. Something like that. And first of all, we're going to commit this one and add... Yeah. Generation. Nodes generation. Runtime node, yes. Add additional constructor to support a dynamic number of inputs related to 270. Okay, so next, let's see if we can split connection into its own file and see what we can do about it. Skafer, my internet died when you started talking about procedural generation. That sucks. Yeah, I'm also in the same situation where I can only have one or choose between one ISP. And most of the time it works. But yeah. I wanted to say this. That's the system I was talking about some time ago, where I have 3D rooms, then I convert them to 2D, generate a level in 2D, and then just spawn the 3D rooms. I think I did something similar. Like when you try to build like a maze of rooms, you don't really care about the Z axis or the vertical axis, since most of the time you don't want to place rooms on top of each other, right? Skafer, well, I have different floors and rooms spanning multiple floors. Okay, then how does that work with converting it to 2D? Or I mean, it's irrelevant if you don't want to have a direct path between rooms over and under each other, I guess. I don't know. But okay, connection. Let's create a new file. Just want to see Look at these beautiful blobs. Before we kill them off. Generation runtime nodes. What I want to add here is generation runtime node, or just connection maybe. Yeah, we have a pretty nice namespace, so empty C# and connection. Or you know what? Fuck. I think we're gonna call it runtime connection. Yeah. Let's see, what namespace are we in? A connection might be better actually. So I would prefer, so like game creatures generation graph connection runtime. Runtime connection is better. Runtime connection, don't help me yet. Yeah, let's take this one. Okay, let's do it like this. So we have connection here right now, though we don't have any errors here anymore, do we? Please. Come on. Okay, so now connection works. Beautiful. I don't understand why it's so slow sometimes, this IDE. But what I want to do now is we're going to rename this one. We're going to rename it Prime Connection. I'm still wondering about this name. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, I think, Skafer. From the quick read through I just did. Like, I wonder if I want to rename this Runtime Connection. The thing is... Is connection a better word? Nah, you know what? Connection it is. And then we're gonna have system serializable. node connection and value connection. There's no argument given that corresponds to the required parameter node. What? Okay, makes sense. Ish. So here we definitely want to do it like we do. Let's see here. I'm gonna break a lot of things. I'm doing this. So let's do this for now. Public class temp connection. And then we do temp connection here. Okay. So the idea, let's take these as well. Scafer, currently there is one problem with perf. When I determine room loops, so you can walk in circles, because I don't have any accelerations structures and just check every room against every other room. Don't worry about the acceleration right now. Brute forcing works. It's a proven approach. Okay. Node connection, value connection, and then we have temp connection. This one is just going to be connection. So temp connection is not going to have node here, but node connection is. So we remove node from here and keep index, right? Get value and can output. We're going to have these two here. And here they are going to be abstract methods, right? Because I always forget. No, it's abstract. Like, why is this one? Why is it so slow? Let's give it the general generation time is 5 milliseconds, and then checking loops is like 30 milliseconds if there are a lot of rooms. But yeah, I also think while it's not resulting in seconds, it's fine. Yeah, it also depends on like when it's happening. Like, is it during runtime or during load time, you know? Okay, both of these are abstract. Yeah, give me the quick fix. I guess if we do this, Okay, now it's good. So base here is just going to be index. Same here. So node connection works exactly like it did previously. Did we need... yeah. This dot node is equal to node. And index is protected. And get value and can output override. Oh yeah. Okay, so this one works exactly like it did. This one is a little bit different, but that's okay. Value connection, here we want to have a T thing, but okay, maybe we can call it K. And serializable or serialize field, private K value. And when we create this one, K value, this value is equal to value. Isn't this how you do it? Okay, is that enough? And then we have these two. Get value T, ref T value cache. And here we just do if this dot value is T typed value, then value typed value return true, otherwise false. And here, yes, beautiful. And I think that's the node. So then we have value connection, node connection, and just, this is just going to be connection eventually. Okay, for what is the combat system supposed to be like in your game? Now I'm actually intrigued. Do you have any like videos or images about your project? So feel free to share them if you want to, that is. Yeah, I think I'm happy with these. So connection and there we go. Okay, let's see if we have any errors. I don't think we should have any errors actually. Connection. Yeah, I don't think. Maybe we have one here actually. Yeah, connection. If output index and generation to run contains key, then we want to create a node connection. Oh, one sec. Oh, yeah. Yep. We just want to change this to node connection. I think that's all the... So if everything works now, or yeah, let's see if we have any compiler errors. If we don't, it should work as it did previously. Scafer is an FPS, but enemies can have unique skills that transfer to you on their death. But you also die. I'm making a post-jam version of my game. Oh, thank you for the link. Definitely gonna check that out after the stream. Let's see if I can open up this. Oh, and no compiler errors, by the way. Okay. Let's try and save this one then. No errors, that's good. Play. Okay. Just want to see. Yeah, we can get blobs with these fishes as well. Yeah, that's pretty nice. But at the cost of... See, that's pretty nice still. And so when you die by killing an enemy, you go to the next level. But if you die by an enemy killing you, you go to the previous... Ooh, okay. Okay. There will be fake enemies and stuff like that, but you must find the level boss to progress. And then in the end, there is a game boss. Fucking hell, sounds pretty good. I like that premise. Okay, so what I want to do here now is... So if output index is bigger than 0, and this is false, so I pretty much want to add a else if output index bigger than 0, but I guess we could... let's do it like this instead. If output index is bigger than 0, and then we do if... Can we do it like this? Connection is equal to... Otherwise null. But this is a little bit... Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? Connection generation to runtime nodes contains key previous editor node. If it does, then we return a node connection to that one. Otherwise, we're going to return something else. Okay, so let's see if this still works. Because I'm a serial procrastinator. Fuck, aren't we all, man? Aren't we all? Creature spawner, let's go down to 10 blobs again. Look at this, you actually have some different shapes. This is a beautiful shape. Also pretty good. But anyway, I wanted to check that it still works. And then if we do, now we're gonna start breaking it, I think. Yeah, this works. But if we jump to our, so to this one, and we remove this one, can we? Yeah, if we remove this one, keyframe and 1 0, so we keep it like this. We save now. We don't get any errors here, but if we play, we get an error because this node is going to try and fetch a value that doesn't exist. Skeffy, can you add silly eyes? Hell yeah, we're gonna add silly eyes. I haven't really decided how the eyes should look. So we're gonna experiment quite a bit, I think. We're probably gonna have some procedural eye material as well. For 2D eyes and 3D eyes. But okay. So we should create a new value connection here. The only thing is that we're gonna have to get previous editor node. Oh, once out. One sec. Maybe I'm in connected ports. For output port in connected ports. Get node. Yes. Okay, it might not be here we want to fix it actually. No, this one is gonna fail. iPort. Data type. Can we use this one to create, maybe, I don't know. And then we just do try get value. So I think it's actually... Did we have this one here? Get connected ports. Maybe we could just do this. What the fuck? We can just do input port, editor node, get input port. Okay, let me go back with this one. And I wonder if we just want to do connected ports, if we try and get the value here. Or here, I guess. Try get value, because what I wonder is... So, try get value. But then I guess we need to... Data type. Because if the port is not connected, so something like if input port dot try get value, how the hell would we, because we can't do data type, right? Okay, we will experiment with this tomorrow because I need to run now, unfortunately. Add static value handling. But I think this is where we want to do it. So we pretty much just want to check if it has any connected ports. If it doesn't, we try and get the value. It's just that, so the value we try to get can be a range of different types. We just need to fetch it and then create a connection that is similar, right? Value connection K. In some way we can do it. But okay, thank you so much for watching. We'll continue this next week on Monday. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend and peace.